You're the only cat in my world. You're the best cat in the world, Stanley. Downward cat. Look, Ma, he do yoga poses. A cat doing downward dog. Big yawn, sucking me in. You're such a cool dude, Stanley. He said, I tolerate you right now. He doesn't tolerate you. This is a good boy. You're so big and smart and funny. Oh, you're so big and smart and funny. We've been up since 5. Me and Stanley. He came over to hang out this morning about 5. And I was like, all right, let's do this. Put the plants on the lights. Put the lights on the plants. Did I do floors today? I don't think I did floors today. I do a lot of stuff in the morning. I looked at the clock. I was like ready to go out and mow the lawn. It was only 7 o'clock in the morning. This energy is just freaking, whoa. I gotta find ways to get it out of me that are positive. Make me wear myself out. This is when energy can come out sideways, you know? Too much throttle, not enough brake. People are going to be jumping the gun a lot this whole next week. They sure are loved, huh? Check this out. Tucker's getting a massage from Grandma Retta. That's you. It's your face. I just get to borrow it for a while. How's that? Tucker's adamant about his love time. He's one of those that if you stop, he'll bat at you. No, he's like, no, you ain't. No, you're not done yet. No, get me that loving touch. Keep it going. So, hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I don't really feel like doing lives right now. I don't. I'm pretty temperamental. Older I get, I'm only going to get more temperamental. I can imagine. And energy's pretty potent this week, and I'm just going to kind of disconnect and just be here. I've been listening to tutorials on success stories on what other people have in growing tomatoes, because I just try stuff, you know. While I'm doing chores around the house, people send me stuff. I listen to it. You know, my friend Judy sent me this video of this young man. He's in his, I believe, his 3rd year at Missouri State in horticulture, and you know, people put these big fancy terms and stuff on it, and require a lot of money to attain this knowledge, and I think it's really cool that people put it out there for free, you know. That's what I do with, like, my IT stuff, you know. If anybody has an IT issue, get a hold of me. I'm better than the Geek Squad because I'll fix your shit. I remember standing in the airport some years back. I think it was 2012, actually. I think when we were coming, I can't remember. I don't remember. Anyway, I was standing there, and this guy, I overheard him talking about, yeah, it's like 2012, 2013. I haven't flown since then. And so, I'm trying to remember the last time I flew. It doesn't really matter. And this guy was talking about how he'd taken his computer into the Geek Squad, which was I don't know if it even still exists. I don't know. I live so out of touch from reality, man. It's a trip. It's freaking funny. It cracks me up, man. I used to be immersed right in the midst of right in the middle of everything, literally. You know, I didn't even have to go nowhere because all this stuff came to Omaha. Anyway, I think it was like, I don't know, he said it was like $500, and this was years ago, you know, for them to put a disc into your computer and run some scans. It's just, it's silly. It's silly. The work, people don't get what they pay for anymore. They really don't. They really don't. With this whole inflation thing, man, this cycle. Oh, here we are again. We're back here at this again. Somebody said, okay, cue inflation. Everybody raise your prices. Dude, even the freaking guy at the water hut jumped in on this action. He raised freaking, so a gallon, 5 gallons of water is what did he raise it from, 35 to 45 cents? So it's $2.25 now, you know, for water, which people will die without. It's freaking trippy, man, how this planet has shifted in such a short time. See, it was my understanding, this was my experience, like I was immersed in 3D world. And then when I moved into Oregon, God said, no, you got a different route. We got different plans for you, Marge. You thought you were going to go, you know, move to Oregon, get a job with the state, and then just, you know. God said, no, we're going to do things different. So, what happened was, a couple years later, and a few states over, you know, I just keep getting pulled away from like that 3D world. Like all of the systems, they're not a part of my world. It's a trip, man. So I was made to go within, is what I'm saying. When I moved to Oregon, it was like, okay, you got to go within. Because life is a trip, but it's an inside job. So you live the 3D life. You know, I did all the concerts. I did the college. I got all the t-shirts and sweatshirts and all that. I had so much life experience, right? And still just very completely unfulfilled. You know, I've been searching for the holes, the places to just the empty parts. And the fact of it is the empty parts is where you start. the no place space, you know, your vibrational frequency, and so here I learned to go within and really rely on my higher power and get tapped into, you know, my physical being and taking care of my soul sack and, you know, not eating a bunch of junk. I don't eat real great. I just try not to eat a bunch of junk. I'm funny. I'm real finicky with food. I'm one of those. I don't know. I think it's important to eat a good breakfast, but I could go all day without nothing, and I'm just like, ooh, because I'm a battery. I'm like a human battery. I charge things. So, I like this song. Anyway, so then I learned that it's like, oh my gosh, you know, I've had this attitude my whole life where, you know, I'm not here to make friends. And what I come to realize is, God, man, life is so hard to live on your own without anybody. You know, I mean, I got mom. Mom doesn't have, we got nice conversations as we get older and her mind evolves and changes. They're different. So, just love them while you got them is what I say. That's all you can do. The fact that I have as much time with mom is a freaking straight up blessing, man. It's a miracle. It's because when you love stuff, you take care of stuff and you make sure that they're okay, you know? So, and I still try and let her live, you know, I'm always like, you gotta go to the dentist, like, you need to go to the, you know, I'm always like that. Nope. She don't want to go. I don't want to go either. I don't want her to go. So the day that if she says yes, man, that sucks. Because there have been those days. I remember them well. So, I came to this realization that you can't go through this life all by yourself and doing what you want, and I had, yet another spiritual awakening. We have several in this incarnation, if we're aware that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. We're always leveling up, unless you just maintain the same, just keep doing the same thing all the time. You don't level up doing that. We're intended to have life experience, and people have created lives where they have a minimal life experience, yet it's real cushy and comfy, all the while, like, oh yeah, it's an imbalance that's gonna come back around. It's just how energy works, man. People can't live selfish lives and then just, like, live these, oh no, it's just not, anyway. So then what happens is, after I learn my lesson, I'm thinking the whole world's going to open up again, and, like, I'm going to go out and step out in the world with all this newfound knowledge that I've attained, with more of my self-awareness and all this stuff. And what happened is they released the vid. They released the vid. And when I was in the Air Force in 2000 to 2006, I was off at Air Force Base, and it was a very high profile base, and is such bullshit. It's all pageantry, man, and they pay themselves like they're fucking actors. So as far as I'm concerned, they're all paid actors, because it's not based on any fucking real true plot. Except that in a lot of people's eyes in other parts of the country, we're the fucking terrorists, and we don't ever rectify that. But okay, keep on freaking Go Team and your little parades and your little fireworks and shit. That's great. So then the vid came out, and then I stopped, and then oh god, here we go, and then the whole world shut up, and I was like, oh my god, this is the beginning. This is not the end of the trials and tribulations of which way is your heart gonna go, Marge. This is the beginning, and things got real hard for me. And I got real lonely, because I'm a people person. I like being around people. I just don't like being around scumbags, man. That's the thing. Is like, if you're going to lie to me, cheat me, or steal from me at any other time that we know each other, I don't want to know you. And it just seems across the places I in, because I don't lie, cheat, and steal people. I don't. I learned my lessons along the way of why you don't do that. And you don't live in a disingenuous way that way. And when people, what I did is I went out and I worked real hard to get the things that I had, and then for someone to fucking take it, some scumbag that's never worked for anything in his life, I have trouble with that. I take issue with that. It's not so easy for me to just let that shit go. So I spend a lot of time by myself, because people have free will. And what they do with that free will, they use it to lie, cheat, and steal. So, okay, we'll just cut more people out of my world. That's just great. Oh. I looked up today, what was the placement? I've been looking up different placements every day. So, hi Stanley. What's the placement that I found today? Stanley, you're so freaking cute, dude. I have, because everybody, all this energy is going around. People are just going to go so crazy. I'm like, oh my god, am I going to snap and just like freaking pull somebody's face off this week? Oh dear. I would hate to have to report on YouTube that, that I did something like that. But, so today's placement that I looked at myself, and I encourage people to I go Astro Cafe. There's all kinds of places. It's better if you know your birth time, and just look at how the energy was the time you were born, and that kind of helps me understand how and why I navigate through the way I do, And some days I gotta compensate. I gotta compensate. And they all keep talking about machismo energy, and I'm like, oh my god, that could be me. That could be me if I'm not careful. So temper it down, Marge, because too much Marge is machismo. Something to prove that little Napoleon shit. So, what does Pluto in Libra mean? Pluto and Libra people are idealistic with powerful senses of fairness. That is so very, because if it ain't fair, it shouldn't be in the world. And people have different weird ideas. I mean, fairness is just like gotten kicked to the curb. You know, I look around in the United States, you know, like I read an article, before I go off on, okay, they value work, value peace, and will work hard to make the world a better place. Yeah, I'm trying, man. People just don't want to put in the work, you know, they don't. People like to play too much. They do. It's not me, it's them. Yet people go around getting all mad at me. Oh, I'm going to unsubscribe to my... You know what? I'm going to say this right now. Don't ever subscribe to my channel, okay? I don't want people to subscribe to my channel. Because chances are, you ain't for the long haul. And that, to me, is like a long haul thing. Don't subscribe. Watch my videos, okay? Watch them. Maybe you'll learn something. Put a comment. Maybe you could teach me something. It's a two-way street. People don't engage on my channel. I don't know. I think I just talk to myself here. Blah, 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 blah. Right? I am excited, though, because I got to order Indian food today. And see, I live in such a freaking trippy place. There's no... I guess somebody said the last Indian food restaurant was 1993 or 94 or something like that. And people are real sad about it. So there's this woman, she freaking makes it, little Indian woman. She'll take orders for like 10 people for the week. And that's how she makes her money. And she makes Indian food. It's $25 a person. You know, you order it Monday, Tuesday, you pick it up Friday. I got some naan in the fridge. I'm ready for it, you know. It's all vegetarian. You know, I'm sure she makes... I'm so excited. And I put stuff out there, and then it comes back like this. Because I've been wanting Indian food for like 2.5 years. Last time I had Indian food was in Oregon. Before the world closed up. You know? And we all had... See, everybody goes through like similar circumstances in life, and then they emerge more giving, kind, and loving, or more closed, withdrawn, selfish, and withholding. With every experience that happens in life is what my understanding has been, right? So, it's hard for me not to respond in an aggressive way sometimes. And I am learning to as long as I come from a place that's from my heart, then I'm okay. What the outcome? At least I'm coming from my heart. I'll be all right. Even if the consequences aren't cool, that's all right. I've always dealt with consequences that were more bullshit than anything. People have been trying to make an example out of me my whole fucking life. And it's like, maybe people should live more and act more like me than pointing at me and being mad at me for how I don't put freaking sugar coating on shit. Right? Because nobody ever put sugar coating on. Nobody ever made it all nice and sugary for me. No, so that's what life is about, having life experience. I just share mine, you know. And if the people that I talk about, that people get so offended on the way I talk about it, well, maybe if they would have treated me nicer, you know. I always cover people nice, you know, until somebody gets rude. And then the script flips, and then, you know, it's a different story. I really did learn the lesson of coming, you know, and I can't, and people could talk as bad about me as I want, but they, you know, as far as demographics of people in life, I'm in line more with the winners than the fucking losers anyway, you know. So I just found that it's more important to me to honor my commitment of keeping my dogs and my mom with just together and happy until they all take their last breaths. Because that was a commitment that I made. you know, and when I made the commitment, my life was a lot different. So it's been real hard for me to honor this commitment. See, what people need to see in the world, that people do honor commitments. Because there's not a lot of people out there that fucking follow through with anything. Especially where I live. They don't want a dog anymore, they dump it out on a fucking mountain and leave it. They do the same thing with fucking people. You know, where I live, it's like, oh shit, I didn't know I was pregnant. Oh God, I had this baby. What do I do with it? You know, they could take it to, they got baby drop boxes in New Mexico, but they still dump them in the garbage because they're in shock. They don't know what they're doing. People get disheveled. Or worse, they don't care. Everybody gets to be, you know, gets their experience to just know what it's like about this, and what would remedy a lot of this stuff, you know? What's the answer, Marge? What's the answer to remedying some of this stuff? I don't know, if people, you know, looked more and got quiet and listened. Meditation, man. It has saved my life. And I listen to all these people do their talks all day and stuff, and I wonder how many hours a week are they spending in time in thoughtful contemplation and meditation, in a meditative state? How often are they prying themselves away from their $500 readings, their $300 readings, their conferences, all their oh so important things that they need to do because of who they are? And if they ain't touching into source, it's all bullshit as far as I'm concerned. I have higher values and standards than a lot of people. See, because a lot of people went the other way. They'll just tolerate it. I did. I tolerated I took people's crumbs and scraps. I had to make a decision a few years ago. Marge, you got to be able to accept nothing in life and be okay with it. And still be happy. And I think it's funny that all this is coming up about owning nothing and be happy. How about all these people that have to own stuff to fill their empty holes, you know? For example, where I live, there's freaking people can't find places to live all over the place, right? So this is a little city ordinance that they're trying to do where I live in Taos, New Mexico, northern New Mexico. Short-term rentals may soon be regulated more strictly in Taos County if an ordinance that's in the works comes to fruition. The Taos County Commission heard a presentation regarding the ordinance at its regular meeting on Tuesday, May 6, during which housing, property, and development issues featured prominently. In its discussion draft form, the short-term rental ordinance borrows from a land adopted last October by Santa Fe County Commission to license and regulate short-term rentals passed, and evidently, this is all stupid. In Taos County, now there's like 7,000 people that live in the town, right? There's anywhere between 9 to 1,200 short-term rentals. So that Airbnb shit, you know? People can't find places to live because it's about money. Everybody wants money. No, fuck it. I don't want to rent to somebody with dogs. The dogs will pee on the, you know, you can't have pets, you know, but freaking, have you seen what freaking, oh my God, people trash stuff. It's just a person. I go out, it's so funny. I keep my shit tight. I didn't. It took me a lot of years. I had a hard time to come back into my place of good, orderly direction. And so I'm there, and so now I just go, I with my weed whacker, I go out often and freaking zip, clean it up. Dude went out on his riding lawnmower. He was just a dude on his riding lawnmower, because I keep a tight ship, you know. You don't gotta clean up after me, I'll do it, you know. You know what I mean? I'm out there I take my dogs twice a day. They poop twice a day. I take them out, they poop in the morning. When I'm done and they're all done, I go around and I clean up all their messes. Same thing when they go, I clean up in their messes. And then when I go out and I walk by the window and I happen to see the neighbor's dog right here in my yard shitting, yeah, I'm going to yell at the dog. Get out my yard, dog. Don't shit in my yard because your people aren't going to pick up your shit in my yard. You know, if people just like clean up after them, but they don't. People don't clean up. And, you know, there's like 8 of them and 1 of me. You know? But I guess because it's what I do is not work because I tend to my mom. So it's not work. People don't think it's work. I've been watching my mom decline my whole life. I've been taking care of her. I never got those, you know. I used to get pep talks. I have letters that she's written. Because I knew how important they'd be one day. She don't talk as much anymore. People think it's easy and it's not work. You know, I tell people I haven't had a day off in 6 years. Like, I've done the same thing. That is fucking dedication. People can't even put their head around that shit, man. So, yeah, of course, people aren't gonna be drawn to my tube because they aren't fucking dedicated. They're only dedicated to what they want and how they fucking feel and where they're willies and chasing sensations and shit like that. It's all when it's about just them. You know, we aren't even on the same planet anyway, so I'm just going on about my way, about my day. You know, I'm waiting for all these people had a chance. You know, they learned I thought they were going to learn the lessons like me, that it's like, man, we can't do this shit on our own. We got to come together. And people just took the buyout. They just sold out. They took the buyout. So I just keep looking. I'll keep looking. I don't know. I'll just keep living life and maybe I'll come across people that I don't know, want to do stuff with me, like me, whatever. Because I'm sick of going along with other people's stupid ideas. They're dumb shit, you know. I'm not doing that anymore. I decided that years ago. So, anyway, I learned my lesson, though. I know that I can't. I know that to be happy and, you know, and I get my feelings hurt because, like, it's hard for me not to live in resentment, to not pick up. Like, I look at resentments and being mad at people as, like, carrying rocks around. And it weighs me down and does not jack shit to them. But it stresses me out and puts strain on me. So I don't pick up those rocks, you know? But still, it's like, just not even being invited to stuff, you know? Like, it's graduation season and stuff. I got a niece graduated 8th grade last year. I thought it was this year. You know? I'm just busy trying to stay not homeless and, you know, and nobody fucking tells me. I don't get included in anything. I never fucking have. And so, you know, I wanted to move to California to be closer, to be involved in these young women's lives. And so that mom could, you know, her granddaughter could grow up around her, only to be fucking completely rejected and disregarded. Okay, I got over that too. But how many times can I ask for fucking picture? See, because I don't get mad no more. I don't get mad anymore, so I don't get my way as much because I don't get mad. So everything is divine. Like, I ordered these t-shirts, right? She took pictures of them. It's been like 3 weeks. And it's been like 2 weeks, a week since I said, yeah, I'm not in a big hurry, but, you know, it's been a week. No, it has been 2 weeks. I said Mercury Direct doesn't go to work till Monday. That was last Monday. I still haven't even fucking heard. And I'm not going to say anything because it's all divine. And when I fucking push and I press, then people have a tendency to be like, see, that's just Marge being Marge, right? But it's like they keep fucking putting stuff in front of themselves to do instead of fucking doing my shit. And I'm a fucking paying customer too. I'm not gonna matter ever in this incarnation. When I was a little girl, it was so important that I mattered in some capacity. And that's a rock I dropped. The desire to need to fucking matter in anybody's goddamn eyes aside from my own in the mirror on this planet. Happy Gemini season. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.